What's going on, everybody? We're trying to get that hamster running a little bit faster over in West Virginia, but I don't think it's working. But we got the Hot 10 for you tonight. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Comic Book Invest CBSI Hot 10 list, written by the one and only Ben S. Ben, let's remind people how this list is put together every week and how you go about researching it. How does that work?
Oh, I just look at my stack of books that I've got for sale, and I just find the books I want to get rid of, and that's what I put there. No, you know me. I'm terrible at selling. In fact, this week I have a grand total of one of these books. So yes, and most of the time I have the fewest number of these books on the list. But basically just spend several hours on Wednesday, Thursday, going through sales and comparing them to week prior sales and looking up GPAs and all kinds of stuff and searching Facebook posts and whatever I can possibly find to see if I can find stuff.
And I just wanted to remind everybody that these, where this list is how it's correlated and what it comes from. These are books that are hot now. These are books that are probably already at their peak, maybe pretty close to it. Don't get me wrong. Some of these books even go higher. I mean, we've seen crazy stuff with Star Wars and Miles and stuff, but the majority of these books are not the books that you want to pick up now at these prices. If you want those books, go check out the prospective list that we've been putting out with the Modern Playbook guys. Those are the books that you want to spec on, the long-term spec. But remember, guys, these are the books that are probably at their peak right about now, if not pretty close.
But these are also books that you possibly could still find. I use this my own list a lot if I go and go back issue digging to try and. I'm like, I think that was on the Hot 10 one time, a year ago. And if I see it, then I'm like, all right, I'll just go ahead and buy it because it was hot once. And these books tend to cycle back around for some reason.
Yes.
They might be hot, then they go back down, but they somehow come back. So
yeah. Well, we want to thank you for doing the list every week. We appreciate it. Everybody that's live in the chat tonight, they appreciate it, and we appreciate everybody that's live in the chat. Mighty Mel V is with us tonight, of course, just like every week, and he's got the drunken chat after the show tonight. What's going on in drunken chat tonight, brother?
This week's episode we call Pacing Myself. So I won't be drinking too much here, but we got to pace. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Got a lot of stuff to give away. Ultra is working on a very, very special project. I want you guys to have eBay on deck when he drops this joint. Also, we'll be giving away a version of the Wanted Comics Gallagher haha. That's it.
This is the trade dress, and we'll be giving away the trade dress tonight. And this is the gorgeous Virgin variant that Mel will be giving away tonight on Drunken Chat. So these books, shout out to Wanted Comics for sending in these books for us to give away. We appreciate Wanted Comics and everything they do, and thank you for letting us give our fans of both shows and all these people that we appreciate immensely letting us give these books away. So we appreciate that.
And also a book that is starting to see some uptick. Something's Killing the Children, #1. This is the 5th printing. I think last sale was like about either $40 or $60. So I'll be giving one away for free. Because that's
not bad.
Awesome type of shit I'm on.
Well, all right. Let's get started tonight. And of course, we just want to remind everybody we appreciate the live chat, and you know how we give away books in the live chat. The way we do it is on Flipside is we'll just pick a random person in the live chat at some random time in the show. So make sure you're participating in the live chat to win these books. So.
Hey, Yeah, that trade, that's a great cover. It probably looks even better in person.
Well, I'll be honest. I've talked about it a lot on this channel, and let me fix this here. One of the things that I think that this is cover of the year, especially the Virgin. I know it's coming out in 2021. It was shown in 2020, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. We'll get to this later in the show, but what a great cover. The color on it, John Gallagher killed it. Make sure you give him a follow on IG. Just amazing stuff. So awesome book. Make sure you guys are following Wanted Comics too. Matter of fact, in order to win that book tonight, if you want to win this trade dress variant or version, trade dress of the Wanted Comics Ha Ha book, you need to be following Wanted Comics on IG and, of course, be a subscriber here in order to win this book. So
nice.
There we go.
Laying down the law.
Laying down the law, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's get to it. The honorable mention, big sale this last week. Batman #1, I think 2.2 million. Does that sound correct?
2.2 million for the lone 9.4 copy.
Unbelievable.
That's about right, though.
That's a lot. That is a lot.
Yeah. What is a detective? What detective went for like 2 million not too long ago, and it was like a 7? What was that detective that sold not too long ago? Maybe not.
Oh, Bill, we can't hear you.
He just muted himself.
Gosh, yep. See, that's a professional right here. Yeah, that Tech 27 sold. Yeah, it was what, about 4 or 5 months ago, something like that. But yeah, this one hit 2.2 million. It's a lot. I mean, yes, it's not Batman's first appearance, but it is Joker first appearance, Catwoman first appearance, and I don't know how on earth you get a 9.4 copy of that.
I tell you, back on my previous podcast I used to do, I said that there's a motherfucker that's traveling time and coming back with these books because it's no other way. I got my Social Security card from when I was born in '76, and that shit's all fucked up. So imagine a comic from the 40s. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, I think the thing that parallels this is if you follow sports cards, a Mickey Mantle 52 Topps PSA 9 sold for $5.5 million this week as well. And there is actually 3 tens of that, so it was not even the highest graded. But I think it shows that that these ultra high end things, obviously normal people are not buying these. These are very wealthy people that are buying these things, and if they're putting their money into comics and sports cards, then that just kind of shows how healthy the market is.
If I was laundering money, this is what I would launder it in.
Hey man,
I'm just saying.
So Mel's saying Mel bought this.
Oh, if I had money to launder,
he's gonna be giving this away on Drunken Chat.
Imagine
in the drunken box.
I don't know if I was getting this shit, it would probably called Crack Chat.
Is now the time to sell an 8.0 Batman #1? Yeah. Yeah. Right. But that Mickey Mantle stuff was pretty crazy to see, and I think that it just goes to prove that it's crazy in all these hobby markets right now. We see it in the Pokemon stuff, we see it in the comics, we see it in the sports card stuff. It's just absolutely bonkers, and I don't know what to think sometimes. But I'm happy that some of these things are continuing to go up in value. I don't know. It's a weird market.
It's a tangible Bitcoin.
Yes. Yeah, but you can't own. Well, you can own one page of this book if you want. So
yeah,
you never know. On to honorable mention #2 this week, and this is another oldie but goodie, not as old, but Spawn #9, first appearance of Angela. This is special because the newsstand one seems to be selling for a little bit there's a little bit of a run on some newsstand books, and a 9.8 sold for how much?
1,500 this week. 1,500. The previous high for a 9.8 newsstand was 600, and so it went 2.5 times that to 1,500. I know I was trying to figure this out because it really didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But somebody did bring up a point. I think it was Phil Lee of Vintage Comics and Toys. Was like, hey, some of these Hollywood types know what's happening, and they're picking stuff up that we don't necessarily know about yet. And that's the only thing I can think of, because that's a big number for this book.
How do we know how many 9.8s there are out there for this book? If anybody in the chat can look that up for us and let us know, it'd be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be something maybe that we'll look into in the market report on Flipside this week. But
yeah, man. I don't know if originally if CGC notated the newsstand. They do now, but I don't know if they do. And yeah, comics are fun. Somebody mentioned to me that there was an article somewhere that was either speculating or had knowledge. I'm not really sure. You never really know about those. That there was Sierra and Angela were going to be in Eternals.
Or Thor. There's Thor.
Yeah. And
a little bit of Thor stuff in there too.
Yeah. So I don't know. But I guess Feige had said that these type of characters are currently filming. So he didn't say Angela specific, but said these type of characters are currently filming. Speaking
Which is huge.
Speaking of either transgender or something like that, is what he was speaking of. So I guess that's where the whatever.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But $1,500 for this book. I was about to say 15 grand. $1,500 for this book is a lot. But I'd be interested to see how many 9.8s there are out there. Newsstand, 39 newsstand spawn. Is that 39 newsstand spawn 9.8? So maybe
that's a decent number. I would assume that if those 38 other owners knew that this was selling for 1,500, they probably would list.
Yeah. Well, this character is a character that Marvel obviously likes. They're putting some money behind it. And
how did she wind up in Marvel anyway?
I think it had to do with Gaiman.
Yeah, Neil Gaiman and the Miracle Man stuff.
Yeah, I think it had to do with Gaiman.
Yeah. So, all right. Before we get on to number 10 in the list this week, I want to remind everybody to check out Modern Comic Mayhem. They are going to be doing their show this Saturday. They've got a bunch of stuff that they've got going on, doing reviews and all kinds of stuff, but they're also going to be going over their top 10 favorite J. Scott Campbell's cover. So if you guys got any deep J. Scott Campbell covers, that somebody might not know about or that you really love, hit them up and send them a video through Instagram or to the Tales from the Flipside channel, and maybe they'll play it on the show. So
I might
make it short. Yeah, make it short and have a decent camera and a decent mic and make it decent, and you might be on the show.
I like that logo.
Yeah, they're doing a good job over there. So make sure you guys check them out. Modern Comic Mayhem every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Tales from the Flipside YouTube channel. All right, on to number 10 this week. And this is kind of weird. This was the one that kind of, when I saw it, I went, whoa, what? Aquaman spec? But I get it, some future state stuff. And I guess we're hearing that this could be Andy Curry spec from Future State. Is that what we think, Ben?
Yeah, so Andy Curry is in Future State as part of the Justice League, and it's Andy. I think it's short for Adrena or something like that. It's actually his daughter. It's not Andy, his son. But yeah, she is in Future State Justice League. I guess that's what it is. And her first appearance, I'm assuming her first appearance, since Mira is pregnant, I'm assuming it's a baby appearance here. I don't know that for sure because I don't have this issue, so I did not read it. But
hey, nobody reads Aquaman, brother. Don't worry
hey,
about
Aquaman's your favorite, bro.
Never has been in his life.
Yeah, but I mean, basically the price doubled. I mean, it's up to $30. This is a $30 book now. I'm assuming that you possibly could still find this in some back stock or something like that.
I guarantee you will go to any fucking comic book shop and look at the stuff. They're there. Nobody buys Aquaman.
You know when Aquaman was cool? Like in my opinion, Aquaman was cool at one time, and that was I think was it Peter David that was writing him when he lost his hand to the piranhas and he had the hook on the hand. And
oh yeah, that's 90s. That's 90s Aquaman.
That's the only time like when Aquaman was cool, and he was a badass in that period of time.
I know. I got that whole run from like 0 to I don't know 78 or something, whatever it went to, or some crazy. Yeah, I read a lot of Aquaman back in the 90s, but
yeah, it was good stuff back then. But
yeah, it was. I agree.
Yeah, not very good now. Not very good now.
Talk to Fish, bro.
Well, I think the boys ruined Aquaman forever, right?
No. The original Justice League cartoon, Super Friends, ruined Aquaman. He never went out to the hard fights. He just stayed in the crib. He babysitted the Wonder Twins. And if you need somebody to talk to Fish, you want some lobster sub, you call Aquaman. That's it. Riding on dolphins with it. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I want to remind everybody to hit that thumbs up, hit the like buttons, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notification when any of these great shows on the Tales from Flipside channel drop. You want to be notified so you can catch them live because that's when you win giveaways on this channel when you watch live. We give away books like this Ha variant we're going to be giving away tonight at some point at random time in the show. Just make sure that you are chatting in the live chat, you're subscribed to the channel, and you're following Wanted Comics on IG to win this book tonight. So, all right, let's get into number 9 on the list. All right, here we go. Now, this is my favorite book of the week. Teen Titans #1 from Future State. I've been talking about this Red X, character reintroduction for weeks now, and I really like this character. I'm a big fan. I think that there's very few things that Future State is doing good, and this is one of them. This is the first appearance, I guess, the new Red X. Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, so I haven't read it. I don't own it. But apparently Red X is only in the final page.
Yep.
So the #2 has him on it is a him, right? Honestly, I don't know.
We don't know yet.
Yeah. Okay. So whatever Red X is, on the cover of the B cover on #2, and it's a great looking cover. But I know I think the FO or the final cutoff on that is still, even though that's like next month, I think you could either still order it as of this week. So my guess is that #2 is going to have a much, much larger print run than this. But yeah, I don't want to get into a cameo or versus first full. I hate that argument. It doesn't really matter to me. If it's a first, if it looks like people are jumping on the second or they're calling it the first full, it's because they missed this and they want the second one to work. So which is where some of these books, when you kind of look back into the past, in the these modern runs or whatever, that's the ones that I have to question.
FOC pass, or that's what I thought.
Yesterday, is that what you said?
With the second print, yeah. So it looks like there's people are talking about the second print. You can still get the second print for February 10th. Is that what people are saying? So #1 is a full. God Almighty says. He says multiple panels, more than one page, talks, etc. So
yeah. Well, here Dollarben said FOC for #2 was last night, but
there we go.
Still have it up. So. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't get into final order cutoff stuff at all, so I really don't know. But
a lot of groups I was in there, they're really talking a lot of good things about this Red X kid. They spoke a lot of good things about Robin King too. So
Yeah, man, Mel brought that up before the show, and he made me realize that what the f, man, like seriously, what the hell is going on? That Robin King character was supposed to be badass, and that just whatever happened, like that. I don't know. That kind of
I don't know.
pissed me.
I like this cover though. Actually,
Yeah, I think it looks good. I think what's her name Crush looks good. I like that she's in it. I think that's an interesting character that they never really used correctly or never really, got much hype after the initial hype, but we'll see. I'm liking very few books out of this, and I hope that this goes somewhere. I'll be honest. I just want it to be Damien. I want it to be Damien so bad. I want Damien back in the DC. And if Damien's Red X and he's a badass again, that's the perfect place to put Damien. Damien needs to be like right on the edge of vigilantism, and Red X is the perfect place to put him to have him do that. And that's what I want. I just want to read Damien be badass again. And if John Kent is Superman in this series, which he is, then that makes it even better for it to be Damien, right? Because now Damien and him can kind of fight. They can be enemies now, right? If Red X is the vigilante, and as Mel has always said, that's where they messed up. They need them to fight each other.
No, John Kent needs to be the villain. Period.
One of them, yeah, or perceived to be a villain.
No, it has to be John Kent. So that good boy. No, what was that movie? Brightburn. That's it. That's John Kent. That should have been John Kent. Period.
man, I still haven't seen that movie. I need to watch that.
It was on twice last night.
Was it really? Oh man, I forgot about it.
It was good. I went to the movies to see it. Actually, I rarely go to the movies.
Chat tonight is on one. Red X is Major X's brother. Red X is actually Robin King. You guys are killing it tonight. Keep it up.
That's the first thing that came to my mind when we was talking off air. I was like, what if Red X is Robin King?
That would be crazy.
Two birds with one stone right there.
Yeah. But what is it selling for? 15 plus?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens next week. And the second print Red X is on the cover, so that'll be a big book to get to.
Hey, did you also notice that DC is actually charging $1 more for the B covers now?
They've been doing that.
Have they?
Been doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, like the A covers $3.99, the B covers $4.99.
Since Middleton was starting to get hot, they started charging
really.
B covers. Yeah,
it shows how much I buy of new books. So
yeah, they're doing that for a while.
Well, yeah, Wonder World says Batman 655 is still 10 times the spec of any of these. You are correct, sir. I love Batman 655, especially that Kubert variant, the other brother variant, I like to call it. So make sure you guys check that book out. That whole run is that when Damian gets involved is just great. I miss Grant Morrison on Batman. So, yeah, great stuff. Make sure you guys go check it out. All right, on to number 8. And here we go. Number 8 this week is a book that we've been talking about all night. Number 1 from Image Comics. And people are loving this book right now. Just the prices on the secondary market are crazy.
I don't understand how people miss this. I mean, it's clowns. It's scary clowns. Whether you love clowns or you fucking hate clowns, crazy clowns sell. Crazy clowns, something you cannot look away from a crazy clown. Now I read the book. I don't know where they're going with this crazy clown. I don't know if it's going to be a story about different crazy clowns. But issue 1 was very depressing and sad and pretty messed up. But I liked it.
I wonder if this is like this was like a Joker story that they were thinking of and they just changed it. That'd be kind of cool. Do we know if this is going to be like what Ice Cream Man is, where they tell different stories, or are they going to stick with the same story the whole way through? That's one of the things.
That's definitely what I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is, I mean, people hate clowns. That's what I'm like. When I saw this, I was like, is this a comedy book? Oh no, it's definitely not a comedy book.
My wife is terrified of clowns.
Yeah, I mean it's bizarre, but I will say that Wanted Comics variant is ridiculous. That Gallagher is crazy good. There's a couple of the other ones that are crazy good.
I want that Donald. I need that Donald in my life.
Even the Bird City one's great. The Ronald McDonald one, that one's a good one. The Ben Oliver one is odd. Like it looks like he's happy, but I don't think he's happy.
I didn't even know he did the Ben Oliver one.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who did it. It reminds me of Dustin Diamond or Screech from Saved by the Bell is what that Ben Oliver one looks like.
Yep.
But
Yeah, big get well to Screech, by the way. So he just got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
Oh no!
Oh,
man.
really? Stage 4?
So prayers up to Screech, kid.
Oh, wow.
Well, a quick palate cleanser. Again, this is the Wanted Comics book that we've been talking about for weeks. Make sure you guys go check out the artist who drew this cover, because this cover is that good. And so I want to remind everybody, it's Uncanny Knack, John Gallagher, Uncanny Knack on Instagram at Uncanny Knack.
He was killing those Transformers covers.
Yeah, I mean, he is an amazing artist. He's just really fucking good, and it's really cool to see really cool work in the comics from some of these artists that, you know, might not be doing all comic stuff. Like I don't. Was
that Zelda?
Yeah, that was Link. That sure was Link versus Gammon. It looks like, right?
That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, he is just. Look at that Christar shout out to Dolabin and Pete Renna.
Yeah. Who knows that?
Yeah. So if you guys haven't seen Peter Renna's top 10 toys that he did recently, he did one on Christar, the Crystal Warrior.
What?
Yeah. So this is beautiful. Christar, the Crystal Warrior by John Gallagher at Uncanny Knack on IG. So make sure you guys, I mean, just look at this art. Like he is really, really good. And I mean, that is beautiful. Yeah. It's very hard to draw thing well, in my opinion. And that is fucking good. So
definitely check out his Transformers stuff. It's insane.
Yeah. So Uncanny Knack on IG. That is John Gallagher, the artist John Gallagher, who did that gorgeous Ha variant for Wanted Comics. So yeah, make sure you guys are following Wanted Comics on IG and John Gallagher, because it is definitely worth it. But let's talk about some of the crazy prices that Ha is seeing. What is the regular cover going for?
Yeah, so the regular cover is going 10 to 15. I believe it's sold out pretty much everywhere. The Trump is selling, the Trump Virgin, I think, is selling 100 plus. That Wanted Comics, the trade dress is selling for about 60 to 70. And the Virgin is there's only one I could find listed for sale right now, and it's at 200 with a day to go on the auction. What are some of the other ones selling for? I think most of the other ones are selling in like the $40 to $50 range, which is really good. So if some of these stores still have some in stock, it may be one that, because most of these have pretty low print runs. I don't think many of them are more than maybe 500, 600, 700, something like that.
Do you think this could reach the heights of Ice Cream Man, or due to the print run and the store variants, it won't reach that high?
I never thought Ice Cream Man would reach the heights of Ice Cream Man. It did, but
he said Ice Cream Man reached the heights of Ice Cream. True indeed.
Keep your eyes on this. Make sure you pick one up to read and get creeped out by it, because that is one of the reasons that I think this book is selling so well, because it's one of those really creepy things that, I mean, there's a group of people that just love this type of stuff. I got a friend that is so into it, man.
Clowns, I'm telling you, crazy clown. Look at that. What was that? American Horror Story. They twisted the clown. That one character was the only one to appear in different American Horror Story series, because people love fucked up clowns. Period. Like them or not, you're gonna love fucked up clowns.
All right, on to number 7 this week, and here's the first time we're seeing the WandaVision spec since the show has been out. I haven't seen it yet. I'm watching it tonight. I think Ben has already seen it. I've heard multiple things, and I'm looking forward to it tonight. but I still don't I was talking with Ben earlier in the show. This for number 7 on the week is Vision number 1, and this is the Viv Vision issue that was done from Tom King's series that was amazing when it came out. I remember everybody talking about how great the series was when it came out, but I just don't get this spec as much as I would get the twin spec from
Right.
from the old Scarlet Witch and Vision series. But like Ben said, this could turn into the book, and
Yeah, it's like you don't really. Okay, so if you haven't watched that, I'm not going to spoil anything for the first 2 episodes. But I mean, you can kind of tell what's going on just from the trailers. And I think one of the last trailers showed her holding 2 babies. But you don't know if that's real, not real. You don't really know. So it's kind of one of these mystery things. And by the way, I love the show. I think the show is great, especially for people my age. It hits all the right. The pacing is perfect. The acting is outstanding. But then it hits on all the nostalgia stuff from people like me that were born in the 70s. That you can kind of go back and match up with that. And the dialogue is it's great. I think it's honestly one of the best comic book shows that I've seen. It's outstanding. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think is it really has to do. I think this book is in particular could be massive is because of Viv, not for any other reason. Yes, it's a great book. Yes, it's a great story, but I think it's this Viv character. If they pop her in somehow, and they could obviously change, her origin for the MCU. They've done it time and time before on a lot of these characters. So if they do, this is going to be the book to have.
Yeah, and what is this selling for right now in the secondary market? What are we seeing out of this?
So 9/8 sales are now up to 300. Yeah, so that's just for this A cover. There's obviously the Sook. Is it the Sook?
Yeah, Sook variant.
The Sook variant, I think I saw was 600 maybe. There's also is there a B cover to this? And then I know there's a hip hop variant.
Yes, and it looks really good. I forgot what the artist was though.
That was the oh gosh, man, who was the homage on that one?
That was the Future. Was it Future? It was like the Vision's face, and it was melting.
It's like smoke. It's like smoke. It's like burning paper.
That's Cypress Hills.
No, I think it was somebody in the chat will know what it is.
Somebody. I can't remember. There were so many of them. I can't remember who was what. But So, anyways, those are all good bets as well. I don't know. I think at this point it's a complete. There we go. Rob says.
Yes.
But I do think that this is right at this time. This is 100% speculation, but if it hits, this book will double.
There we go.
I remember when this first came out, it was hot out the gate, and it never looked back. It took like little dips, but never like back to cover. It never did that.
Yeah, it's always been one of those books that you're like, if you see it for $10, you buy it.
Right.
$10 you buy it always, all day, every day. It was never going to be a cover price book again.
Right.
All right. Before we get on to the next set here, I want to remind everybody to check out the channel Tales from the Flipside on YouTube. Make sure you guys go and subscribe, hit that like button. And
you guys are killing it. I'm about to sell my soul, man.
Come to death row, baby. Come to death row. But I do want to shout out Ultra Maximus for actually putting together a really good Wednesday night show.
That's my dude.
Yeah, Wednesday night presser, comic book presser. If you guys don't know, now you know. Every Wednesday night, Ultra is going over all the new books, some of the cool storylines in those new books, some of the cool things that happened, letting you know maybe some of the stuff you should keep your eye on. And, of course, make sure you guys go check out Ultra's channel. youtube.com/Ultra Maximus. Give him a
suit.
sub.
I miss Suit and Tie Ultra Kid.
Sometime soon, though, that beard is gonna
that's
right
gone.
off.
Yeah, that's out of here.
Yeah, it's out of here soon, brother. Soon. But listen, make sure you guys are following Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser. It's a really good show to give you a lot of really good information. He's doing really good stuff over there. It looks really good, and it's going to look even better. So make sure you guys check it out.
You said it's going to look better without the beard? Is that what you said?
Ooh, man. I don't know if it's without the beard or if it's with that great production value that he's putting into it. He's doing some really cool production stuff, and I don't know. Maybe he needs to keep the beard. Just kidding, Ultra. I love you, brother. But make sure you guys check out the Wednesday Night Comic Presser. Okay, on to the next one. Is Ultra in chat? He's got to be in chat, right?
He's right there.
He's right there. Yeah. Number six tonight. Let me get to number 6, guys. Jeez Louise. Port of Earth, number 1. This was the one that was weird for me. I didn't know much about this book. I know it was optioned, it seems like a while back for Amazon. Mel, you said you read it and it just didn't.
I did not like. I was like, what? No, it's not for me. It might be for other people, but not for me.
Yeah.
And well, let me see. Okay, there it is. There was a NYCC variant. I remember they were like not giving them away, but like I bought one, just put it with my other shit, and there's one on eBay right now for $85. But be on the lookout for that for the NYCC variant.
Yeah, I don't.
The 1 in 100.
Oh, was it a 1 in 100? No, it was.
Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't really have much hope for this book, it was optioned 2 years ago, and it still is not made. So, I don't know.
Where did this come from all of a sudden? What is this?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, half the time I don't know why these things pop up out of nowhere.
You know.
I may know, but I'm not going to say. But but hey, somebody had some copies and they're like, hey, let's go ahead and just see if we can move these. I don't know, but would anybody really pay $20-some for this book?
Yeah, somebody did.
Yeah, I guess somebody is. But
I'm looking at sales.
This is from a while back too. This is from the 25th anniversary Image stuff.
Yeah, it's not new. Honestly, you think about Image spec, for media stuff. How many things really actually for Image hit? 1 in 20, 1 in 30, 1 in 50 of these different titles that they have, and nobody's heard of this. Nobody, even if it is on Amazon, is anybody going to care? There's been several shows that have popped up on Amazon. Nobody cares.
Rick Johnson, it's a foot. Yeah, it sure is.
Something's afoot.
Yeah, something. Anyways, there you go, Mel. You got me mad. You got me.
Port of Earth, number 6. All right, guys, listen. Let's get on to number 5. And here we go. Number 5 this week. Now, this was one that a lot of people are talking about right now. This is the Hot Valley Days and Cocaine Nights, part 2 of 3. And this is the cover of the week, I think, in my opinion.
Shout out to Jim City Assassins. He was telling me about this book fucking months ago. I'm like, what is this? I don't know what the hell this is.
Well, we had to blur out part of it, but make sure you guys, if you're, not a child, go check it out. It is a killer cover, and man, I'm surprised it got through. But hey, what's it selling for on the secondary market right now? That's the question.
Yeah, so there's 2 versions. There's a nice version that's selling for $15 to $25, and then there's one that they call the Lines on Curves and variant, and that's selling for $50 plus.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Jim City told me, he said, "No, you should get one." All right, man. I don't know what the hell this is, man. I should listen.
I don't know what this book's even about. I mean, I see a cool wasp poster up behind the TV with rabbit ears and everything, but I don't know. I mean, this is bizarre to me. This is like something that some dude was like, I just got to come up with the craziest cover, and this is what he came up with.
I don't know, man. I think this would be a great cover to get signed by some certain people out there. That's for sure.
Dr. Lovebox says this is based on a true story.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, even better.
I know a lot of people at my job that based on this.
I was about to say it's based on me in the early 2000s. That's what it is.
This is like Wolf of Wall Street stuff here.
All right. Well, listen, if you see it for less than 50, it's one worth picking up. And I think this cover is always going to be in demand. I don't know about stay around $50, but it's a crazy cover. And you guys know crazy covers seem to stick around for a while. So, all right. Before we get on for the rest of the list, I want to bring in a special guest. And I want to remind everybody to check out Tales from the Dark Side. They're going to be doing a really cool review this week on the channel Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern of the novel. Marco and crew did a review of High Republic #1, the comic, which is on the channel too. They're going to spend a little bit more time, it sounds like, doing work on this one, if I'm not mistaken. But we have the one and only Marco available tonight with us. What's going on, brother? How you doing? What do you got coming up?
So Sunday, we're going to do the live review. We're actually doing live. We did the comic. We pre-taped it. It was very short. We got a little bit of feedback on it. People loved it. They loved it. So we're gonna do the novel. We gave people a little bit of an opportunity to read it. Most people, from what I heard, listened to it, or they picked up this little book. You can still get it from Books A Million. It covers like the first 140 pages to catch up really quickly on that. Got pictures in it. You know I love picture books. So if you haven't do that, try to review it. We are going to spoil a lot of stuff. We're going to get into some of the characters that are in there and kind of do a pathway where mainly the comics are going to go, because you get a lot of feeling for the characters in the novel. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. So I read it now. I'm almost through it the second time. And I know a couple other people that are going to join me, Jen from Comic Book Women, and Pete from the show you said, Dollar Bin Digging, and he's got that awesome toy show out too that he does, is going to join us really quickly, and we're going to just do a full deep dive into the novel. Probably run about an hour, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Central, and then on the West Coast it'll probably be 8 o'clock. So
hell yeah. All right. Well, I want to remind
can I say one thing to Ben real quickly? Ben, listen, I heard your explanation of the top 10 list. And let me explain to you for years what the top 10 list has meant to me. We tune in the top 10 list for two things. One, to see our book sell, number one, because like even before I knew you, I was always like, oh, come on, man, let my book be up. The one I sold this week, and then to bag and board, because you bag and board, listen to you guys talk about it, and look to see if your book actually made it on the top 10 list, or your two books that you Wednesday warriored, or something you've been keeping for deep spec. And that's what the top 10 list is about, man. I mean, it really is. The Hot 10's been like that for years, and I really appreciate everything you guys do over there. Mel, you still owe me a deposit for that hotel lobby in Baltimore from 2 years ago. Just letting you know, they charged me for that.
What?
Yeah. You and your boy, when you were with the Detroit boys down there in Baltimore a couple of years in the lobby till 3-4 in the morning, and it got a little out of hand. Yeah,
I knew you looked fucking familiar.
My card was on that. They charged the black card, Mel. They charged the black card, bro.
Hey, Marco, I see this dude look familiar on the motherfucker. I'm like,
that's hilarious.
I mean, it wasn't our fault. I get it. We were just having a good time, but I mean, they charged the black cards. All I'm telling you. So,
all right, thank you, brother, for showing up.
Having me out. Yeah.
Hey, Marco, I got a good job now. I got you, brother.
All right.
We'll see you Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Thank you, brother.
See you, Marco.
Well, so again, everybody, check out the review. Tales from the Dark Side crew are going to be doing a thing. One thing that Marco did mention with most people listening to you on tape, it's been revealed that it is Nile, like the river, Nile, not Nil, the Nile. Shout out to Drew over at Wanted Comics for getting me hip to that one, and make sure you guys go check it out. So, all right, back to the list. Let's get in on this. There we go. On to the next book, number 4 this week. And I think this is just fans of Terry Moore, right? Every time he's got a book that comes out, it seems like it does well out the gate. A beloved comic creator for years. What's going on with this book, serial number 1, Ben?
Yeah, I would assume that kind of like all the rest of Terry Moore's books, the print run is probably fairly low on this. There's not a whole lot of copies for sale. But 10 to 15. It's just another one of these Terry Moore books that he's all got in the same world. It's a pretty cool looking cover. She's got like a Slurpee with like a something is killing the children knife.
Extra long machete.
Yeah, it's kind of in her little raincoat with her pigtails. So it's kind of a interesting cover. But and did you notice the dude hanging from the wall on the right, and on the other one he's burning in the rain?
It almost feels like it's raining blood, even though it's not. Right? That's a really weird.
This came out this week.
Yeah, I think this came out this week.
Gem City Assassin says it was worth the read. So, if there's one thing about Terry Moore, he's been in the game for a long time for the reason. He writes really good stuff. And there's a reason he has so many fans. So
the girl is from Rachel Rising. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the synopsis is she's like 10 years old, but she's really like older, like she doesn't grow old or something like that.
It's about Nico.
Oops.
And on to number 3 this week. No, I'm just joking. What's the selling for?
10 to 15.
10 to 15. All right. Well, then, if you guys see it and you're a Terry Moore fan, I suggest go pick it up, but you probably already have it if you're a Terry Moore fan. But it'll be interesting to see if it sustains. You never know. Like sometimes these books just gain slowly over time, and we'll see what happens.
Let the beat build.
Let the beat build. Yes, sir. All right. Number 3.
I'm telling you, I'm looking at the comments. Everybody is loving this book.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of good comments about this book. So
yeah, there is. As a matter of fact, a lot of people are talking about it. I love that. So again, remember the chat, stay lively. We appreciate you. I see 770 live listeners right now. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. Let us know what you think of the show. Always, you can comment below. That helps us a ton. We always love constructive criticism and comments. So we appreciate you guys doing that. All right, on to number 3. And this was a big book this week that came out. Gwenom vs. Carnage, gorgeous
Cover
Lee cover. Yeah. What'd you call this, Ben?
The thigh gap variant.
Yeah, the thigh gap variant, because that's what this is. It's right there, just thigh gap.
Yeah, I think her face looks great.
It's amazing. This is like one of the best In-Hook Lee covers I've seen in a long time, and he's damn good. So that's
That's a lot to say, and it's hitting. And this is the kind of book that I wish, because I took a little break from comics, like buying new comics. I wish I didn't, but shout out to Bird City. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bird City is killing it. Listen, you guys, remember to check out Bird City Comics. They have a really good Gwenom Carnage variant for this book that they did with Greg Horn that we've talked about in the past. And for those of you that bought that book, you should be seeing that hopefully soon. And make sure you guys go check out Bird City Comics. Use the code word CBW15. It's changed. It's CBW15 to get 15% off your order. So
now, and I was going to make a point about this. Okay, so this is only a 1 in 25. It's not like it's a 1 in 100, or so there's going to be plenty of copies out there. This book, I would assume that this book has at least 100,000 print run, and then there's maybe three or so. Even if it just flat 100,000, so there would be 4,000 based on that. Then there's like 3 or 4 store variants, and so all those stores are going to get more copies. Probably what was that come out to? Like they're 3,000 minimum. So another 1 in 25 of those. So what does that come to? Another 500-600 or something like that a piece for those, which is not a whole lot more. I mean, it's not like it's massively overprinted. But I mean, I would think that probably when everything settles, the print run on this is probably in the 5,000-6,000 range. So it's still more than what you would see from a store variant. But it's like when people are talking straight print runs, the problem with store variants is it's a manufactured print run. So it's all sold in one place. Anybody can get it. When they're spread out, when something like this is spread out all over the country, and most stores probably only got one, maybe got two, you really couldn't get your hands on it unless you pre-ordered it from, TFA or something like that.
Drunken pull box, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, just because there were store variants doesn't mean that this is high, crazy high print run on this. And just because it's a 1 in 25 doesn't mean it's a crazy high print run. The X23 Delato was a 1 in 25. So yeah, there was no store variants, but the store variants don't add that many copies to the overall.
Venom number 3 had a lot of store variants.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so this cover is fucking amazing.
Yeah. So I mean, you can't look at these and say, oh yeah, there's 3 store variants, and that's going to make the print run massive. That's not true at all. That adds a few copies to the list, but not a huge amount in the overall grand scheme of things.
I don't call him God. Almighty said that is the first appearance in this. So let's imagine that first appearance. I didn't read this yet. I didn't get my hands on the book yet, but if that first appearance does take off, you're looking at another Venom number 3.
Well, and everybody that picked up or checked out the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser this week knows what that first appearance is. I think it's pretty obvious. It's not too hard to figure out who it is, but will it stick? That's the key. Will it stick?
This is over. It's over $100 right now. So,
it's gonna come. It's gonna come. It'll sell at about 80.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen copies sell for close to 150, which is a lot. But
again, shout out to Bird City.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, make sure you guys check out Bird City Comics. You can follow them on Facebook.com, Bird City Comics, or at Bird City Comics on IG. Also, birdcitycomics.com is where you can get all those sick new exclusives. They're going to be doing some cool promotional giveaways on the channel, so make sure you guys are watching all the shows live. I think they're going to be doing a really cool type drunken box type thing where they're going to have all their exclusives in a box, to give away on each show. So make sure you guys are following all the shows.
Yeah,
all right.
I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck.
It's not even drunken chat yet, bro.
Yeah, let me put this away.
Hey, one last thought on that. If it's a great cover, print run doesn't necessarily mean anything. Yes, I mean it can. If it's really low, it can make it go insane. But I mean, Ultimate Fallout 4 variant is not underprinted by any stretch.
That shows it fucking the pack, the Five Below joint.
Right, and it's a $10,000 9.8. I mean, $10,000. But so it doesn't have to have a super low print run to be valuable. But
it has to have a key for his appearance, though.
It does have to have a to be that value. But I mean, even you look at League of Super, the Supergirl,
Legion,
Legion of Superhero. I mean, that was just a 1 in 10. That's not a low print run book at all. I mean, I think there's probably 5,000-6,000. Yeah, it's an icon. It's a great cover, and I mean, Tech 880 is super high. I mean, there's 38,000 copies of that, but it's still an expensive book, and that's just a regular cover. So if it's a great cover, you can kind of throw print run. You can throw print runs out the window. You don't have to.
And speaking of great covers, I think it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give away this one at Comics number 1.
Oh, comment quick.
Yeah, so make sure you guys comment quick because you never know where it's going to land. The way we do these things, you guys, is pretty simple around here. If you guys are commenting on the show live, I get to see all those comments, and then we go into the matrix And I just scroll up and down those comments until Ben Stein says,
Stop.
Chad Cave, this book's stupid expensive. So
This
Chad
motherfucker,
Cave just won.
He wins every week.
It's either him, Patrick, or who else? There's somebody that wins every week.
Aaron Yee wins a
Aaron
lot.
Yee. So
Yeah.
listen, there's a reason that this looks so cool. It's not because of my face. It's because of this gorgeous cover of the year book.
Man, that thing is sick looking. Like that is freaky.
So thank you to Wanted Comics, Chad. Make sure you are following Wanted Comics on IG, and of course subscribe to the show, which I believe you are. So we see Chad in chats all the time. He's a fan of many shows. So Chad, congrats. Hopefully you're watching this. We will see. Make sure you guys that win these books hit us up at our IG. Just DM us, or you can hit us up over at Tales from the Flipside YouTube, Tales from the Flipside channel at gmail.com. Tales from the Flipside channel at gmail.com.
And also stay tuned. Go to the Mighty Mel V channel where I will be giving away The Virgin.
Ooh, that's a $200 book right there.
Give it away for free. All you got to do is come through, just hang out with us, and type your name in the chat, and just hang out with us. You ain't got to, like I said, you ain't got to tickle the devil's balls. You ain't got to do none of the extra shit. Just come on through.
So Chad Cave, thank you, brother. We appreciate you, and we hope you appreciate this book. We'll get it out to you as soon as you send your information. And for everybody that's won a book in the past couple of weeks, those books should be heading out to you soon. So keep your eyes open. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, but we are going to get you those books for sure. All right, on to the rest of the show. Here we go. Where were we? Number two this week is a gorgeous book that was on the list last week. Frank Cho. Gotta love Frank Cho.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just gorgeous. I think a lot of people were picking up the Frank Cho Harley covers he was doing for DC like a year ago, maybe a little bit more. Maybe that was the main reason they were even picking up those books, because those covers were so gorgeous. Frank Cho is one of those cover artists that literally doesn't have to do much other than draw a cover and survive, and still just he's in the Adam Hughes, J. Scott Campbell, Greg Horn type of land, where they just continue to put out gorgeous work after gorgeous work. And this is Iron Man number 5, the variant edition. Yeah, not much else to say.
Shout out to Rob's Comics. He told me to go buy the Frank Cho. I like women of the thicker girth. He said go pick up the Frank Cho art book. So I picked one up. Yeah.
It's and I mentioned this on the list this week. And if you haven't read the list, make sure you go over to comicbookinvest.com and read the list. I got my stupid little comments in there, and you can comment and bash me there, and I will take it like a man. I mean, this is now over. It's 100 and a quarter. This is another 125. But it's slowly increasing beyond last week. But Cho's done some great covers and that are worth very little. And some of them are brutally hard to find. Brutally. Like there's some of his Red Sonja covers that he did some Virgin variants for that you do not see anywhere. There is some that Black Panther variant he did a few years ago is gorgeous. Yes. I'm not sure why that's not. I mean, it's like a $10 book or $15 book. The last time I checked, I don't understand. It chose one of those. He does not put out garbage, and he does not phone it in. And if you've ever watched him, he does full paintings on these big, massive canvases. So he takes his time, and I'm just surprised that some of his I'm not surprised that this book's not worth, or that's worth as much as it is right now. I'm surprised that more Cho stuff is not worth more than it is.
Because only me and Frank Cho likes big chicks.
What are you talking about, man? I think that this has become it's gone back to. It's funny how things are cyclical, right? I remember when I was in high school, it was like chicks were wearing like 70s shit again, right? And back, I think also like at some period of time, it went from really skinny chicks were like thought to be, the shit, and now it's like back to the days again. I'm talking out my ass and probably going to say something that's going to get me in trouble here that I don't want to do, but this is a gorgeous cover.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, on to number one this week, guys. This is very interesting, but I get it. I get why it's on the list. Another great find by the one and only Topher. This is also Phil Lee talked about this book quite a bit. This is Star Wars Tales from the Clone Wars, the webcomic collection that was, I believe, put out in a trade paperback type form for convention. Is that what's going on with this book, Ben?
Yeah, I don't have a copy of this, so I don't really know. I do know that it was to fill the gaps in between like the seasons of Clone Wars. Is that right? So it was like it was telling things in between those seasons. It was a webcomic, and then they basically, so this is season 1. So I guess this came right after season 1 of the Clone Wars show. And this has got Cad Bane in here now. Yeah, so that's the reason that people are buying this, because this is years before Vader
Darth
2
Maul,
or Maul came out. With him in continuity, but
it also comes with some interesting other parts. If you bought this, I believe it came with 2 posters. And those posters sell for a lot of money too. I think Cad Bane's even on the poster. This also has early stuff by Asajj Ventress, which is a super hot character right now. Of course, you see Ahsoka in there. Man, I'd never doubt the greatness of Topher.
Topher gets handed on that, but his fucking research is fucking. He'll find the first appearance on a fucking taco shell if you fucking look real close.
Yeah, I mean, Hey, and I would be the first person to say that I disagree with Topher a lot. Now,
me too.
I don't
sir.
I don't necessarily disagree with his research. I disagree with his meaning of a first appearance.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, so don't think that just because this ended up at number 1. And honestly, I'm going to be completely transparent. This is the only Star Wars book on the list this week, and I didn't want to say that I tried to find other books other than Star Wars this week, mostly just because I don't want people getting completely burnt out on Star Wars. Yes, there are some that are still selling for a lot and are still increasing. This one I put on the list because it went basically from $25 to $300.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a humongous jump, and there's been a ton of sales at $300 for this already.
JJ Magnum said Darth Maul 2 was never Bane's first appearance. I want to get more insight on that. So we'll talk about it later. But I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. No, you're good. And so anyways, this book is an odd one because it was a web comic and then they published it after the fact. So it's kind of an odd mix, like you, and it's like in trade paperback form, so it's not like
this ain't no comic, man.
Yeah, so it's really an odd, because I mean, it's just odd. The whole thing about it is odd, but you can't really deny the fact that, one, Ahsoka's right there on the cover, which is cool, but two, the fact that Cad Bane is inside is interesting. Whether or not it's if it were actual comic form, my guess is this would be $1,000 book. I mean, right?
I don't know. What I will say is there's a couple other important things. Of course, Pablo Hidalgo wrote this. Obviously, Star Wars fans love Pablo Hidalgo. He's up there with Dave Filoni for a lot of people. And I just. People are going to get mad all the time when they say it's a comic. It's not a comic. There's a reason this stuff is selling because people love it. I get it, but
I thought this was comic size. I'm just fucking around.
I don't know. Yeah. I kind of also look at it as like a convention special. I don't know if this can be reprinted. If it can be reprinted, that's a problem.
This cannot be reprinted because This is Dark Horse, and Dark Horse has no rights to print anything Star Wars anymore.
Okay.
So they cannot reprint this.
Okay.
From what I've read.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we're going to hear more about it in the coming weeks. It's just gotten really hot.
We're going to hear more about it tonight on Drunken Checks. We got Phil.
Yeah.
Phil's coming through.
Listen, Phil Lee has been talking about this book for a while too. So shout out to Phil Lee, Vintage Comics and Toys. He's killing it on Star Wars Spec. Another one of those guys that's just doing good stuff.
Yeah, if you're not following him on Instagram, definitely follow him. He's heavy into some of this deep stuff that is way over my head. Phil's a great guy, and definitely follow him.
Yeah, good stuff. So we appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys check out Drunken Chat coming up after this. Lots of fun over there. You can find out more information about this book from one of the people who's been writing about it. And make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell, and we'll see you guys next time. Adios.